So today let's learn about the structure of cell and the microorganism. So let's start this way. Let's let's say we are studying cells. Okay, cell. It was about 350 years ago when Robert Hooke in the year 1665 he was actually an English scientist who was observing cork under the microscope, and he found that its structure was like a honeycomb made up of many small compartments. He called them as cells, and then onwards the study of cells started, and the study of cells is called as a cytology. Uh, cells cells are studied by using microscope, obviously, because they are very small. कुठले कुठले मायक्रोस्कोप वापरतो तर एक one is compound microscope and the other one is, so one is let's put it here, compound microscope, and the other one is electron microscope. The compound microscope doesn't have that much power to look at the cells, but electron microscope can magnify the things about 2 billion times, 2 billion times, which is very, very huge. So you can see very small things. Now coming back to cell, all the living cells, all the living organisms or living things that we see around are made up of cells. So all living things are made up of cells. Okay, so what does cell have? Cell also has something in it. They are actually the internals of cell, the cell member, the they are called as actually the various components that the cell has are called as organelles. Like we have organs to our body, say uh, like we have hand, we have legs, eyes, ears, and all such organs make up a body. In the similar fashion, cell has organelles. So how many organelles are there? There are around 9 organelles. So first one is a cell membrane. Cell membrane. Okay. The second one is a cell wall. A cytoplasm. And cytoplasm has internally Golgi bodies. Golgi bodies. Then we have plastids. Then mitochondria. We have ribosomes. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then we have nucleus. Yes, nucleus, very important part. Nucleus. And the last but not the least, we took cytoplasm, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So cell membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, plastids, nucleus, mitochondria, vacuoles. Yes, how can we forget them? Vacuoles. Now let's see what each one of them has. Cell membrane, as we can see, cell membrane, it is an outer covering. It's a thin wall, outer covering of the cell. It actually is the outer covering, so it maintains the shape of the cell. What it also does is it controls the flow of substances, what goes inside and what comes outside of a cell is controlled by a cell membrane. Now there is another thing which sounds similar, looks similar, which is cell wall. Now cell wall is something which is not in animals. It's only in plants, only in a plant cell, and it's outside the cell wall. So it's outside the cell membrane, sorry. So, and then it is made up of cellulose, cytoplasm. It's a semi-fluidic substance with water-soluble organ or organic and inorganic substances. So it is inside the cell, some kind of fluid that is fluid inside the cell, and it is called as a cytoplasm. What cytoplasm has is the Golgi bodies. These Golgi bodies actually are important because they store enzymes. Please remember, Golgi body stores enzymes. Now the plastids are not that important. Mitochondria, yes, they are very, very important. Why? Because they produce the energy from the food materials that goes inside the body or any living thing, and it produces that energy and supplies to the other part of the cell. So what they are called is powerhouse. It's a powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. It's a powerhouse of the cell. Then we have vacuoles. Vacuoles, like we are used to the word called as vacuum. Now let's think vacuum is something whole, and a large hole inside the cell is called vacuoles. And what does vacuole do? It stores products of excretion and secretion for a temporary period. So excretion, secretion, all are stored in these vacuoles, large holes that are there in the cells. We have ribosomes, and we have a nucleus. Now nucleus is something which is central part of a cell. It is roughly at the center of a cell. What it does, it controls the functions of the cell. Like we have brain, there is a nucleus. It controls a lot of functions of the cell. It is one of the largest component of a cell. Please remember, it is largest component of a cell. And the membrane that is around the nucleus is porous, so it can also allow things to go in and come out. Okay. It has chromosomes inside it. Now remember this word, chromosome. Chromosome inside it. Now what are these chromosomes important for? Because chromosomes are made up of DNAs. The chromosomes are made up of DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Made up of DNAs, and a strand of a DNA of a particular length is called gene. So all the genetic material is inside here. So whenever it participates into cell division, then the whole genetic makeups get transferred. That's how the whole cell looks like.